Good morning, folks. It's Calvin Mackay, the single malt guy, here from Vancouver Island. I must apologise, I haven't put on a few bottles over the last few weeks. I've had a we've had personal problems there going on with, had to go back to Scotland. Anyway, so that's no concern in anyone else but my family and I. Anyway, this is Calvin Mackay, the single malt guy, and today I've got a bottle of the Glenfiddich. So this bottle of Glenfiddich I bought from the LCBO back in 2011, I believe. 2011, and it cost me $80. And I believe this limited edition of Glenfiddich is probably upwards north of $700, $800, who knows. I mean, it's going up because it is a limited edition. You can see what happened here. A bit of history on the Glenfiddich was there was a massive snowfall back in 2010, 2011, and the roof wasn't cleaned off, and the weight just accumulated, and eventually the warehouse just collapsed. So on that, they had to do something with all these barrels that were exposed to the elements. The cold weather in Scotland, you know, it can get cold, not as cold as here in Canada, but it does get cold. I think the Glenfiddich down that area, probably minus 19, but it gets pretty cold. But anyway, where was I? I was talking about a story. There was tons and tons of snow that collapsed the roof, so they had to deal with the bottles of, or not bottles, but the barrels of whiskey. And the barrels of whiskey that they had ranged from 13 years old to 30 years old. And anyway, so it was a blended malt whiskey that they came up with, and they produced the Snow Phoenix. What a beautiful drink it is. And so there it is, and I'm just going to open this, open it up, and then you'll see that bottle inside. So the bottle has been unopened, just like all these other bottles that I have are all unopened, and I've got a fair selection of them here and whatnot. So there's a label, there's the bottle, and it's unopened. So I'm going to leave it back in the box. I'm not going to take it out of the box today. So anyway, that's the bottle. And so anyway, so going back to Glenfiddich, it's a beautiful distillery to visit, and right beside there is the Balvenie distillery, if I remember correctly. It's been a while since I've been there, but it's the Balvenie distillery, and they had to do something very, very similar because of that bad weather back in 2010, 2011, at the end of 2010, beginning of 2011. And it was an awful snowstorm that came. It shut down a lot of stuff, and as you could imagine, there was quite the weight of material that was on the roof. Let me see if I can scroll in here, and it just, let's see. No, I can't. But anyway, if you look really, I'll go right in here. Let's see. You know, the whole roof collapsed. So, and as I said, it just exposed these barrels. And these barrels were bottled, and lo and behold, we have the Snow Phoenix. So anyway, I bought 2 bottles of this Snow Phoenix, and I drank 1 bottle, which was very, very good. You know, I should stop drinking whiskey, because you know what, the more I drink, the better I like it, and it's really, really good. So anyway, that's the Snow Phoenix. So on that, paid probably $80. I believe $80 Canadian for this bottle, and it is going north from there, and it's a rare bottle to get. There's maybe 12,000 bottles were produced, I believe, on this Snow Phoenix, and because it's so cheap, well, I think it's very cheap, I don't think there's many bottles left in circulation, but here is one that I have, and it is really, it is a good whiskey. You know, it's a good dram to sit and enjoy, and just if you're relaxing with friends, or if you're doing nothing and you're just wanting to have a dram and just relax, I mean, on you go. It's good. What else can I tell you about this bottle? This bottle of Glenfiddich, let me just go over here. So on the Glenfiddich distillery, I mean, I've got the bottle of 21-year-old, 15-year-old, 30-year-old, 18-year-old, 19-year-old, and we will talk about these bottles as we go. And we've got the Grants down there, which is where the Glenfiddich comes from. We've got a 21-year-old and a 12-year-old, 12-year-old, and the Glenfiddich Dream of Casks. And so, but oh, there's a Farrah Cane. So there's quite a few Glenfiddichs here, and I think if I go up on the next shelf there, there's the Winter Storms 1, 2, and 3, and there's the Farrah Cane. Anyway, there's a few bottles and Macallans. I mean, as you can see, actually, you know what? When I was back in Scotland there too, I took home these couple of bottles here, and this is a Brora, which is 1978. It's a 40-year-old, which is to celebrate the 200-year anniversary, and there is the Macallan's estate. You know, so anyway, that's a couple of bottles that I took back because I had to go back to Scotland for personal reasons, and anyway, that's what I have to do. So here is the back of the Glenfiddich Snow Phoenix box. Beautiful, beautiful box. It's very, very nicely presented, and the side, yeah, very, very presentable. And so, as I say, we're on Vancouver Island, and this is, I'm looking out my window here, and it's just absolutely just gorgeous. Anyway, folks, I've got to go for now, and hopefully we'll see you real soon, next week, hopefully. And this is Colville Mackay, the Single Malt Guy, and wishing you all a happy, happy Saturday. Thank you. Bye.